What's up? What's up? It's Saturday, March 13th, 2021. We're here with my dear friend, Danny Jerabek. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy. It's going good. It's a very nice Saturday morning, sunny and warm.
Yeah, getting warmer.
Mm-hmm.
A little cooler today, but it's still nice.
Yeah. I see people in like shorts walking by, and I was thinking about wearing shorts, but
Yeah.
it's kind of early yet.
Well, you can go ahead and rock them right now if you really wanted to.
Okay. Well, everyone, can you turn around, please?
Yeah.
Don't look.
So yeah, we're here in episode 6. I can't believe it's been 6 episodes already.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed a couple. I think I've only seen 3 and listened to 3 of them.
Sure. Yeah, well, we've had some awesome guests, and I'm looking forward to sharing your story a little bit here with everyone that's listening.
I'm sure everybody else is too. They're really looking forward to
They're
it.
going to see the name Danny Jerabek. Oh,
Yeah, they're like, there was no one else available.
he was a last-minute call.
I just woke up.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny, get over here.
Hey, what are you doing, man? So, yeah, let's tell everybody how we met. I think the first time we really got to know each other was probably over at the Y, right?
It was.
This little thing called Noon Ball. It was down over at the 20th Street Y, and it was at the smaller gym when we first got things started, right?
No, I showed up when we were playing in the bigger gym
already.
already.
Okay, right on.
Because the downtown Y was, we weren't getting players to like show up there at like noon. So I was like, okay, I guess I have to go to the 20th. I'll have to drive across town, you know, all that way. And I also met Timmy that same day.
Yeah, yep.
Tim Ryan, who's also part of the show.
So. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was right around the time when 20th Street just opened up their new gym. That was probably why more ball was being played over there during that period, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the first time I showed up, we had to have like 18, 20 guys.
Yeah.
We were sitting. So I think that's probably why we had time to like talk. It's like, hey, hey, I'm Danny, and you're like, yeah, I know, you know, and I'm Marlo, and I was like, yeah, I know. I like seeing you around, but just making sure you knew who I was. I'm just not, showing up. It's like, who's this guy?
Yeah. But no, we have some good battles on the floor.
Oh,
it's fun. We get a little chippy at each other, but at the end of the day, we're like, yeah, we hug it out.
That is the best. It's like, hey, you want to go out for a beer, right afterwards, or else breakfast, and then years later, then we started playing like 9 a.m. ball.
Yep.
And then I remember when your daughter Evelyn and Bo, I think they were maybe like, Evelyn's a little older than Bo, maybe a year.
Yeah, maybe a year
older. But I remember I have a really nice picture of the 4 of us at Perkins or something. We went out for breakfast right after ball.
Yep.
So picked up our like kids from the little drop in there and like the Y, and so it's all that kind of stuff. It's family, and now we both have families, and you're about to have your family's getting bigger.
Yeah, number 3 is on the way. For those of you who haven't participated, find episode 2 on our Facebook page. Let us know when you think Baby Amos is coming, because there's a $25 gift card. So, hey, you can throw your name in it, too.
Sweet. Family can, too?
Yeah, whatever.
I'm basically family. Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, everyone who listens knows Inside Scoop. Like, her due date is on the 31st, so you can kind of gauge it from there.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit more Inside Scoop. Evelyn was born 4 days earlier.
I was just going to ask.
And then Reginald was 10 days earlier. So if you want to play on that pattern, it can kind of help you paint a picture of what your guess is going to be. You have a guess? Let's get it on here.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. So I'm going to guess March 24th, and I'm going to go for 7 days.
You like 24?
Earlier. Yeah, that is my favorite number, too.
Yeah. Why is it your favorite number?
6th grade basketball, that was the first jersey that they had, and I was one of the smallest kids. I don't know why I got 24. I could have used like 6 or 8 the numbers, but they gave me number 24. And it was just huge, and it's like, oh, this is awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that's how things were back in the day. Like when you associate numbers with athletics, the higher the number, I think the bigger kid you were, right?
Some of my friends that were really tall and or wider, they had 50, 52, 54.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bo's going to be in the 50s.
Yeah, he is.
For sure. He'll be.
Yeah. No, but that's cool. Like, just the connections that we've made just playing 9-ball, noon ball, even now, like 5 a.m. ball, for those people that get up super early.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I've gotten to be really good friends with you and made some really nice connections there. Like, I would want to say our rec ball team is pretty much comprised of people that have played with us, right?
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny when you run into the people on the street, like you're used to seeing them in like their shorts, jerseys, or whatever, and you're like, you see them in the street clothes. Maybe you have to do a double take, like, oh yeah, hey, what's going on?
You know what is also funny? I remember some guys that I really didn't like while playing with or against. It's something when somebody crosses that line, it's like, bam, the competitiveness comes out or whatever.
Sure.
And then you would see them on like the sidewalk or out to eat or whatever, and it's like they're really cool. Oh, hey, Dan, put your arm around. It's like, is this the same guy?
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy, and I've been guilty of that same thing too. Like, it's like, wow, this guy is really he's competitive. What a jerk.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so that's really, really cool. Is you and I mean, so from playing hoops together, now we hang out together. We like work together. You hire us a lot to come in and like play, and it's awesome. You've helped us out with video work when the whole shutdown. Last summer, I think we did a Tuesday night or something. Every Tuesday you were coming for 6 weeks, and that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
helped us out a lot.
That's what friends do, right? We help each other out. Back to what we were saying before when we first met. I think we knew of each other. It's one of those things. But then that just gave us an opportunity to chat a little bit more. I think one of my earlier memories of you and Michelle was when we were setting up for Hops and Props.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those were the days. That's been going on for quite some time. But I think we were probably one of the OGs to like go and perform there because of Matt Miller. Shout out to Matt Miller.
Hey, Matt. Going to be seeing him later today.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
But yeah, we were set up on one of the terraces there, Pandora's Groove, and then I saw you and Michelle like bringing your stuff down, and we're like, oh, hey. I'm like, hey, I know you.
Yep.
We talked to each other.
Yeah, that was when we played on that ledge kind of halfway down the
the entryway there.
Yeah, so that was crazy because you guys had a big group, so you're trying to get your drums out and trying to get my accordion and tuba around, snaking through.
So most people associate you with Copperbox.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell us a little bit about the history of the band and how you guys formed?
Yeah, Copperbox was formed like basically in 2001, but we didn't play our first gig until 2002.
Okay.
But Michelle and I formed Copperbox with my younger brother Dave, who is a really good bass player, singer. Plays great tuba too, or whatever. He's uber talented. And he found a college friend of his, Nate Greer, who played guitar, and it's like, oh, great, another guitar player, because we know a lot of great guitar players, but they want to play through the whole song. They want a solo, and it's like not all of them. I'm not saying, but I was like, a young college guitar player, this is not gonna go well. But he came to the first practice, and it's like, I like this guy a lot because he was not so like pushy. Like, I want a solo on this song, and he fit in. He was just fit in with like the band, his like personality, and then later we found out the guy could write really good songs too. And that was the like early days of Copperbox. Like a lot of bands, it's like, we're gonna play originals, we're gonna do this, we're gonna take the world over. So but Nate was perfect. He's really laid back, which is nice because I'm not, and my brother Dave is usually not too. So he helped balance that out with like with Michelle because she's really laid back too.
Yeah, you need the balance for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. So anyways, and we got going, and years later, you know, those guys, they graduated college, both got good jobs, and they like moved on from like the band, you know, because the band, you know, it is a band, so it's you can't base your whole life on that unless you're like me, you know, which I basically did, and Michelle too. We've been playing full time for like the last almost 15 years. I think 2006 is when I left my day job.
Right on. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah. No, I remember Nate. We were both, I think he was a recording tech program.
He was.
Also. Oh, yeah, we hung out tons just because we were in similar classes and just being in the AC building and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a really great guy. And even now, like when you guys are playing your shows, like you always, when you play the Last Cigarette, right? Like you always give him a shout out, and I think that's cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's has a family now living in Milwaukee. My brother Dave was a longtime teacher at Winneconne, which he got that job right out of college. So I think he got that in like 2006, and it's been there teaching for a long time. And recently, he's the IT guy there now for like Winneconne.
Okay.
Yeah, so him and his wife Dana and their daughters, they're held up there. And then so right after that, the band has just morphed. Michelle and I have always been blessed with really good players. We've always been able to find and have different, you know, I guess lineups, whatever you want to call it, but it's usually a really good group will stay together for about, you know, 3 to 5 to 6 years or like whatever. And then things change, personalities, you know, okay, this is not going to work, you know, kind of thing. So pieces of the puzzle, they come in and out, but Michelle and I have always been there. And I guess we like to be punished. So we're like, we still got the band, and we're not quitters.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's cool that as being leaders of anything, you do have to make those difficult decisions and stuff, you know.
It is.
But it's good to be aware that change is needed, because without change, you're never going to ever like progress.
Exactly.
Because if you keep doing the same thing that's not working out, or you're not feeling good about it, guess what? It's probably going to stay that way, you know. So
and like people can like really tell too. I mean, even though you might with like the band or your like company or whatever, this like is for everyone. If like you try to keep it, you know, small and say, oh, I'm not going to show it, you know, it really is. People can tell, your like customers can like tell. So sure. We've always been really good friends with everyone that's like played with us. But there's some times like, hey man, we have to have a talk. You know, this is not working. And it's sometimes like players will be, what do you mean? You know, this is awesome. You know, we're playing gigs. We're like rocking and roll. It's like, it's just not about playing gigs though.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it's like the business side of it, you know, little things. It's like, it's a very weird business. It's very, you know, it's like you like try to be tough, but it's a pretty thin line either way. So, cause there isn't a lot of money in like music. No. So, you really gotta be loving everything that like, you're doing, everything about it, booking a gig, getting to the show. The show itself is awesome, but you know, packing up the stuff, getting everybody out of there.
Yeah. Well, thankfully for, you know, us musicians now these days, I feel like all like the sound technology and stuff is getting smaller and lighter.
Thank goodness,
you remember back in the day where we had to bring, you know, like your high-end speakers and then your subwoofers, and then they are so huge and they're awkward to carry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah. I'm no spring chicken anymore, so I'm definitely loving the smaller PA gear. Yeah. And back in the mid 2000s, I used to carry around a Fender Rhodes. I don't know if you remember that big suitcase piano.
Yeah.
And I used to carry that myself, you know, and grab the two handles, put it on the side, put on the legs,
Yep.
flip it over.
That was a show in itself.
I can't imagine. Yeah, everyone's like, that guy is gonna blow out his back. What is he doing? Trying to show off, you know. I can do this myself. I would never do that now. I couldn't.
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
Man, like going back to Pandora's Groove days, like when you're talking about, you know, your energy level and performing and stuff like that. Like we had, you know, 8, 10 people at times. And when we first were performing, like little backtrack in history, Pandora's Groove started off as a percussive group at the University of Wisconsin Oshkosh. And we just started learning steel pan because Dr. Peyton McDonald, you know him?
I do. I remember him.
Shout out to him. He knew how to play steel pans, and then he got the music department to buy a whole bunch of steel pans. So that's how we got our start. Like we learned and played, and like, oh, it would be fun to go out and play some shows and stuff, you know. But you know, fast forwarding a little bit, like when we were first performing out in public, people are like, "Man, your music sounds so happy, but you guys don't look happy at all playing."
Because everyone's concentrating, looking at the charts and stuff. Yeah.
But that's, you know, part of being a performer. And it's good to hear that feedback, too, because we're like, you're right. Like, we need to play the part a little bit more and act a little bit more happier because we really are.
Right.
But you
just got to show it.
You have to show it,
right.
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is one really cool thing is Michelle and I hear that a lot is like, you guys look like you're having a ball, and it's like, we are having fun, you know, because like when that stops, then I won't do it anymore. You know, I don't have to. I mean, there's everyone's hiring, you know.
Yeah,
like
right.
You drive around town, help wanted signs everywhere. So it's like, it's the music is awesome, and whatever, you've got to be loving whatever you are doing, or otherwise you're like, your life is going to suffer for sure.
Yeah. Now, I remember going to one of your gigs up in at Gibson Music Hall when our buddy Kurt owned it.
Yeah.
You know, and I just remember having a little bit of a moment there. I always have a moment when I watch you guys play, but that night in particular, I saw you and Michelle like playing and just doing a duo song, you know, just the two of you. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool that you guys are able to do something that you love with somebody that you love, you know. So that's a nice little segue into how is it working with?
Oh, we're not talking
with the
about
boss lady.
I thought this show was about me. No.
Well, we'll introduce her. We'll bring her on another time.
Okay.
We can keep it short if you want.
But then, can you bring me up then when you talk to Michelle? Okay.
Of course.
Well, if then that's fair. I absolutely love working with Michelle. She is going to watch this, right? Or she'll probably listen to it.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, Michelle's great. No, seriously though, she keeps me grounded because I would be like, you know, I got a little bit of an ADD thing going. He's like, oh, look, some butterflies. You know, hey, Dan, come back to, you know, finish this arrangement, please. You know, but I like to bounce around, and very critical of like myself too. And like she'll say, there's nothing like the way that she like compliments me or critiques, really. You know, she's not all saying, oh, you're awesome, but I trust her feedback.
Yeah.
Cause she's honest. Cause not everything that like I would do or want to do is like the best thing to do or doesn't sound like greatest. So she'll at least say, but whenever she says, oh, I like that, it's like, oh, I'm onto something there, you know?
And you did something right.
Right. But her and I are a good balance for like the business, because that's what the band is, and music definitely is a business, and that's why we've been able to do this for this long and still pay our bills and not be kicked out of our house and all that kind of stuff. And now we got kids in college, blah blah blah, and trying to help them. But Michelle is really good on the business side with booking, you know, making sure it's the right opportunity, the right gig for us. She asks a lot of questions where I would be, if like someone called us up, hey, Danny, I love the band. You guys want to play my party? Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that'd
sounds
be great.
awesome.
Yeah, I love parties, you know. Gonna have beer and hot dogs there? Yes, I'll for sure. But Michelle does she maximizes, the most that like the band can bring and like give to like people, and then what we can get back too. So
yeah,
and my part of it is like more on the arrangement side, making sure we have players for the gigs. They all know what time, where, to like show up, and kind of writing new songs. Both of us do that part, but I'm more like the leader on the gig, and Michelle's the leader, not on
behind the scenes.
Yeah, which is the most important part, really. So, yeah.
No, that's great, man.
It works out.
Yeah,
works out good.
Yeah. So yeah, what other like side projects are you guys involved in?
There's 2 side projects off of the Copper Box umbrella. The first one that I'm really pumped up is as her band, where Michelle is like the lead. It's called L McBell, and that's, we're basically using a lot of our original songs that are kind of like medium tempo, easy listening, kind of bluesy, jazzy songs that would not normally fit the Copper Box set list, because Copper Box is more of a party dance band. Louisiana blues, Zydeco meets the polka. It's like and all moshed up with some cumbias thrown into and a waltz. So that's Copper Box, but the L set is featuring mixed voice more and acoustic setting. I get to play bass and some foot percussion and that kind of stuff, and it's just super groovy. It's laid back, and we've been playing some wineries. We've played a bunch of shows here too. And we will hope when like we got the like green light, we'll definitely be coming back here. But
yeah, for sure.
So that's really cool. So be looking for that. I think she already released 1 song, but we have like another 5 songs that are like ready to go.
Sweet.
And they're all originals, so it's gonna be. I like it. I'm super proud of it.
Yeah,
so.
I gotta get some music videos going again.
Yeah. Speaking of, hey buddy, I got some more work when like you're not running this place and having some super cute kids with Patty, but whenever you have time, right after the diapers changed, come on over quick.
Yeah, I got a few minutes. Let's go.
Okay, shoot it, rolling.
Yeah. You also have a side business too, right? With your instrument repair?
I do.
Yeah, what's the name of it again?
Check Up Music Repair.
Nice.
Check Up, get it?
Yep.
Check as in the country.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks to my older daughter, Shaylee, for coming up with that. It's really, really neat. But so I repair band instruments, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, trumpets, everything that you find in the bands. And then also, one cool thing is I also repair accordions too.
Yeah, you do.
And that's really been keeping me busy. Like, people ship up their accordions from Texas. I've already had a few from there, a couple from the East Coast, and people from like Madison, Milwaukee, Chicago. They'll actually drive up and drop them off.
Yeah,
because they have time. And
and I can't imagine that there are too many people that have that kind of knowledge that you do.
No,
or that do it well.
Yeah, well, there's kind of both. There are a lot of good techs in service, but it's very spread out. A lot of them are on the West Coast. A lot of good guys on the East Coast.
Yeah, and
it's basically me in like the Midwest and some other really good techs. But most of those guys are in their 70s already. So that's why basically in 2006, I took it upon myself to travel, and I learned how to tune.
That's cool.
Accordions. Yeah, it's really. I just basically did it for like myself, because I was kind of trying to figure out, okay, who's gonna fix my my like accordions, because I'm kind of rough on them. I don't know if you see me. I like to squeeze them. I like to show off, pull them way out. The bells. Hey, everybody, look, my bellows are really stretched out.
And everyone's like, wow.
Okay. Yeah. What? So, yeah. So that was great. And then from there, other friends are like, "Hey, so I heard you're working on your own button box now. Can you mind to check out mine?" I'm like, "Yeah, bring it over." So
yeah,
that just kind of happened by word of mouth. So then I'm finally like, "Okay, it's official now. Now it is a business." Oh, that guy's going down the wrong way.
Yeah, it's always entertaining to see that.
He's turning around now.
Yeah,
he still has his like donut tire too
on
his car.
The car is beat up.
Maybe he doesn't care. He's going down the wrong way. Anyways, where were we? Yeah, the checkup music repair, and thank goodness I had that side business because that really saved us this like past year with all of the gigs being canceled and the shutdown.
Oh, that's really cool that you went out and sought out like the people that know what they're doing. You know, like if you want to learn how to do something or know how to, learn how to do something, know how to do something, you find out the people that have done it before, right?
Yeah. You just ask questions and it's like, oh yeah, we are having this like little course, down in like Texas. I'm like, okay, so that's in like two weeks. So it's like I need to book a flight. So yeah, really, you have to find out whatever it is that you want to do, and I just did it. I'm just like, hey, Michelle, sorry, I'm gonna be gone for 5 days. In like 2 weeks, there's this accordion repair course, and I have to go. I'm going. So she's like, oh, okay, see ya.
Nice. Well, cool. We'll wrap up this segment here, and then we'll get into a little bit of Osh talk. St. Mary's just recently got registered underneath the State Historical Society.
Awesome.
So we'll go into a little bit of the history behind the church and its roots and where it came from and the architect and all that fun stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah, we'll be right back. I think I'll find a video. I'll find a video of something that I recorded of you guys playing. So we'll share that with you guys.
Awesome.
We're back here with Mr. Danny Jerabek. How's the coffee?
It's tasty. I love your coffee here. This is your special blend, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Everything's special here. And the people here that partake make it special.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites, and I'm not just saying that because you are my friend, but yeah.
And
I like it here.
You'd tell me otherwise, too, because you're my friend.
I would.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to knock this Osh Talk out here with some cool history and some exciting news. Shout out to our friends over at the Oshkosh Examiner for breaking the news that St. Mary's Church here in Oshkosh, located at 605 Merritt Ave, is now placed on the state's historical registry.
Awesome.
You have some history with St. Mary's, right?
We do. Michelle and I were married almost 24 years ago there.
Awesome.
We had, and then our wedding reception was at the Eagles Hall, which is now the Howard. Yeah.
That was convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just right down the road, literally.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. So. Fun fact for those of you listening, we are anniversary buddies, and I did not know that until
years later. Right?
Yeah, it was years later. It was before we were getting married. Patricia and I were looking for some people to be a part of the wedding. And we were going to ask you and Michelle to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, hey, are you guys available on August 8th to do our wedding? And I think you guys were booked, but you guys are like, oh, by the way, that's our anniversary too. So we always exchange text messages on August 8th and like, oh, happy anniversary. I'm like, oh, you too.
Yeah. And because we have that bond too, we are talking about if and when we can both travel to Manila.
Oh, yeah.
The Philippines. Yeah, that's definitely, we have to do that.
Yeah, for sure. We gotta.
I'm just bringing it up to remind you to plant the seed.
Well,
again,
I was going to plant it again later on in the Manila beat, but that's okay. But yeah, the Wisconsin Historical Society states that St. Mary's Catholic Church Complex is a group of buildings constructed between 1886 and 1925 for a growing German Catholic congregation. And on their website also they state that St. Mary's was created because of the great flow of immigrants to Oshkosh, and that the first parish in Oshkosh, St. Peter's, could not accommodate all of the newcomers.
Sure.
So I'm wondering, is that the St. Peter's that's off of High Street?
Yes, it's the one by Hardee's.
Yeah.
That has to be it.
Was there another church there before, you think? It seems pretty, modern-ish.
Yeah, but they maybe fixed it up.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be something that we're going to have to do some
more research,
investigating on.
Yeah. Okay. So on their site, it also states that Green Bay Diocese was looking at moving their operations to Oshkosh. So it could have been Oshkosh Diocese now, but so that's why St. Mary's is so beautiful and actually larger in terms of other churches that you see around here, right? But yeah, Green Bay decided to stay put, so we still are the Green Bay Diocese. Fun fact, for those of you that don't know what cathedral means, it means I guess you could say headquarters of the diocese. So it was pretty much set up to be like that.
Yeah. Well, I believe Michelle and I, we toured maybe 3 churches, and that was the last church that we walked in, so the 4th church, and we were just like, this is it, with the columns, the pillars, all of the marble. It's like, this is us.
Yeah, for sure.
It's happening here.
Yeah. The church was completed in 1892. I'm trying to bring up a point here with Chicago-based German architect Adolphus Druding. Did I pronounce his last name right? Druding,
probably.
Yeah. Which also included a Mediterranean revival-style rectory and elementary school. Looking back at it now, you can tell, it's a little piece of Europe, really. The architecture and even walking inside that church, right? The details and stuff that you see there, I don't think there are many other churches around here with that.
We have a treasure, yeah. So that's wonderful news, really.
Yep.
So it is not going anywhere, and they will have funding to keep it up then, basically, right? Is that how that tag kind of works whenever it's considered?
I think that there's some protections. Maybe they're eligible for some grants now or something just to maintain its use and look. I know it's gone through a couple heavy renovations just to make sure that everything's preserved, so but yeah, another thing that the site states is its exuberant high-style Gothic revival design provides parishioners with a little tangible link to their homeland. And if you think about the times of the people that were here in early Oshkosh days, it was a lot of German settlers, right? So there's a lot of good old German history. You have German roots?
I do. I'm a quarter German.
Okay. And then the rest of you?
Half Czech and a quarter English.
Okay. Nice.
So I'm Czech from my dad's side, and then my mom was, half German, half English. So
my connection with St. Mary's is I went to school there after moving here with my parents in 1989. And went to school there all the way through 5th grade. And during that time, Unified Catholic Schools was then in charge of all the Catholic schools here in Oshkosh. They were going through some rebranding and everything like that, and changed the name to the elementary school to St. Francis Cabrini. So we went from St. Mary's Chargers to the St. Francis Cabrini Cougars.
The Cougars. I would say it wasn't the Panthers, but it's the Cougars. Yeah, that sounds better. Yeah. It's tougher. Chargers. What is a Charger anyways? I always wanted to know. Like a ram or something?
I think there was a thing of a horse or like a stallion of some sort. Would that make sense? Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah.
Because
what is the car symbol? The Dodge? Is that a Dodge?
Oh, Ford.
The Charger? Ford Charger?
Oh, wait, Dodge. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Charger. I don't know. Somebody look. We're gonna have to do some more investigating.
I was on Facebook this morning in a group that I was just recently added to, a St. Mary's school, and I was like, "Hey, I'm about to go on a podcast here." I went there when it was St. Mary's, but then changed. What was the team mascot before? And then right away, people are like, "Chargers." So
cool.
I'll have to ask them next what kind of animal it was. If it was the horse or not.
What is a Charger? That sounds right, though.
Yeah. A little bit more about the complex. It was really cool looking up the stuff. There's a parish hall, a bowling alley downstairs. Really? I don't think I ever got access to seeing that, but yeah. A double height gym, but I wish it was more wide.
Yeah.
But it was a smaller gym, but it served its purpose, and it also had an auditorium there, which is one of those common things that you see now or before. If you had a gym, you had an auditorium. So it was like a multi-use kind of place, so. Have you ever walked through the school?
I haven't walked through it, but I've played some pickup games there, though, some basketball games there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I know what you're saying when you're in the corner for a corner shot, you're on your tiptoes because the out of bounds line is right there, and then the 3-point line. So there's maybe 6 inches of room there. So you're on your tiptoes. You catch, shoot.
Yep.
Let her fly. But I always got a real eerie feeling, looking down the hallway, a little scene from The Shining or something like that. I was like, ooh, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there.
I didn't ever walk through it, but I know they're actually fixing that up now, right? Aren't they putting some apartments or something?
Yeah, I heard it's being repurposed for that. I know it was a tough decision for Lourdes Academy to shut down that location, but it was something that I think needed to be done in terms of progressing towards costs of that building and just progressing towards the goal of getting an all-in-one campus, which will be nice at some point, So, but yeah, that's where I first got my start here in Oshkosh, Evelyn actually had her first start there, which is pretty cool to see things like full circle and a little weird.
Yeah, it is. You're like, oh, I thought this was bigger, when you're walking through. But
then, I remember taking a picture her first day of, it was daycare at the time, but still, like, she started where I got my first start here in Oshkosh, which is pretty cool.
And you were how old when you guys moved here?
7.
80? Okay, 89, yep. You were 7.
Yeah. Shout out to Patrick Hughes. He stopped by, picked up some takeout, and he was talking. Like, oh, I was listening to your podcast, and you said you moved here in 87? I'm like, did I? It's like, no, I moved here in 89. He's like, yeah, that's what I thought, because I was wondering if you went to school somewhere else before you went to St. Mary's, but no, it was 89. So glad to hear that you people are listening. And
yeah, paying attention.
Yeah. Looks like next up for St. Mary's, the State Historical Society, Wisconsin State Historical Society, is looking to get it on the National Register of Historic Places. So that'll be huge. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
That's another cool thing about this segment, and even the Manila Beat segment. It's just kind of digging back into the roots and discovering different things that make Oshkosh cool, and Filipino culture cool, or any culture for that. Because in the Manila Beat, we're going to get into how, the Bohemian, influence of music actually kind of played a part a little bit in Filipino music. So
really,
yeah, that'll be fun to dive in a little bit. And I'll get into a little bit of my revelations after, like, sending you that link. I'm like, oh my God, this is weird.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to hear when that happens. I'm sure it'll happen, because it's such a cool building, and it's got great history and has a great story to it, right? Because Danny and Michelle got married there.
Yeah, I mean, that's reason alone to save it.
They're probably going to use your picture in the registry.
I hope not.
Nice. Do you guys have any performances coming up in Oshkosh?
Yeah. Our next in the area here.
Sure.
Okay.
Area.
At the end of this month, Michelle's and I will be there, but it's basically her project. Elle McBell will be at Vines and Rushes in Ripon.
Fun.
March 27th, I believe, it'd be 2 weeks from today's.
Yeah. Coming up here.
So so come on out, Vines and Rushes, Elle McBell. Otherwise, we will be at the Payne Art Center in May. They're having their like tulip walk or something. So there's gonna be like 3-4 different acts, and Michelle and I will also be there.
Nice. You said at the Payne?
Mm-hmm. Like mid-May, but
okay.
So be on the lookout when everybody can walk through and see all the tulips. It's beautiful. Yeah. We did it a couple years back, a few years, and it smells good.
Yeah, for sure.
Walking through and.
No, that's a cool thing that we have here in town. Fun fact too.
Maybe you and Patty can bring out the kids.
Yeah.
Bring out the baby.
Baby will be here.
It better be.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, Patty's going to be like, when's this kid coming out?
Fun fact about the Payne, I read that they planted 11,000 tulip bulbs.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's always so beautiful to see all those popping up around the springtime, right?
Yeah. Looks good, feels good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What else do we have? Oh, I'm gonna keep plugging this in every episode, I believe, because I'm so jacked about it. But the Oshkosh Jazz Festival.
Yeah, I just heard about that.
Yeah, it's coming up August 28th, and they're slowly introducing performers and guests. And
so, is it going to be right downtown here, or is that not?
Truth be told, I don't know that information yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But on episode 7, I'm meeting up with Chris Larson.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a big part of that, and amongst other things, So
for sure.
But yeah, that'll be great. You guys are jazzy folks.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you making a guest appearance over at with a jazz orgy too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be something that's going to be fun once we get that rolling again. Yeah. And but yeah, we haven't played a real jazz show in probably like a year and a half. So
yeah,
I really miss it because when I'm working in my shop, I had listened to a lot of Chet Baker. Mm-hmm. really like him. Of course, Dave Brubeck is one of my all-time faves too. So I got some old vinyl. I'll put in his kind of hisses, and it pops. And I'm working on a saxophone. It just whenever somebody is at home working on a saxophone, put on some jazz. It'll go a lot better. The whole repair, it just comes together. It's just like butter.
Nice.
But anyways, but yeah, I love jazz, and I like to play it because it's something that you can get outside of your like box a little bit. You know,
sure.
Can take some like chances, and if it works, it is awesome. And if it doesn't work, no one really knows that it didn't work. You know,
it's jazz, baby.
It's jazz. You know, Ron Burgundy just pulls out his flute. You know.
Yeah, I'm really not ready for this.
No. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Another thing that we've always had live music here. You know, Thursdays with John Harmon. Fridays we usually have a jazz duo, or Saturday, you know, we mix it up too. But, you know, First Fridays has been a new thing here in town.
I heard about that.
We'd love to get you guys in here, like either Copperbox or you guys, your duo or one of your duos, you know, so it'd be fun. We should get that set up sometime.
Okay. Yes. Let me check my calendar.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm open.
We'll contact your booking person.
Yeah. My boss
lady. Another fun thing that we have fun times doing, being part of the Chilton Beerfest, right?
Yes.
Is that happening this year?
It is.
Really? Okay. Nice.
It's always the Sunday after Mother's Day. So whatever that is, May 20 something.
And the Sunday before Memorial Day weekend.
Exactly.
Yep. So it's always this last year was probably the first time it didn't happen, right?
It is the first time in 26 years or something like that.
That's crazy.
27 years.
Yeah.
And we've been at I think like 16 already now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Let's bring it back, man.
Well, we are. It's so you are coming out then?
That's the plan. Yeah. Yeah. We've had a nice group that has been going there, you know, every year. Probably as close as you guys have been playing there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's one of those things that really isn't advertised too much, right? It's like a word of mouth. You go to
They don't have to. I mean, It's basically a lot of the same people have like been coming back. They have buses from like the west side of the state, you know, across, you know, it's the same folks that have been coming out. That's like their like little Christmas morning. You'll like see little grills set up all along the Calumet County fairgrounds. It's insane.
Yeah, just to let our listeners know a little bit more about what Chilton Fest. Well, what's the official name? Is it Chilton Beerfest?
It's the Wisconsin Micro Beer Festival is the official name, but everyone calls it the Chilton Beerfest.
Yeah,
because it's in Chilton.
Yeah. So there's how many barns are open? 3, 2 or 3?
I believe 3 now.
3, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's filled up with all of these local brewers, and you actually get to meet like the people that are right in front of the production.
Yeah.
Like the brewmasters.
So the owners are all there.
Owners. Yeah. And you pay, I don't know how much it is, $25, $30.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit more now.
And then you get a stein, and you go to all these different beer vendors, and you get filled up. You're like, oh, I'd like to try this. Or if you find one you like, and I'm like, I want some more of that. Mm-hmm. And it's a good time. There's lots of food vendors and stuff for volunteers that do fundraising, so all the money that you spend there goes back to a good cause. And it creates awareness of polka, music, beer.
Culture,
brats.
Yeah, really the whole local kind of scene. Yeah, it is awesome. I've never had a bad time there yet.
No.
I don't think anyone has.
Right.
Well, maybe, they're not feeling the greatest on Monday for some of those people.
Sure.
But,
make sure you ask off for that following Monday.
I haven't been seeing. There's usually like bodies passed out, kind of in like the grass when we're driving out. But it's tamed down. I don't know. I think some of those people are not invited back.
Yeah, or they know better.
Yeah, exactly.
You can tell the first timers from seasoned vets.
Exactly.
Right on. Well, we're going to wrap things up here next with the Manila Beat, and we'll talk about how polka made its way over to the Philippines.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Mr. Danny's favorites here at Manila.
Hi, it's Sarah with Manila Resto, and I'm here to tell you about our monthly specials for March. First, we have our drink special, Irish Waters. It's time to get festive with our Irish Waters, featuring blue carousel, pineapple juice, Jameson, and sour mix. Find yourself taking in the sights and sounds with this drink special. Our sushi special this month will be the Sushi Bake. Chef Ninoy keeps up with a new Asian sushi trend and brings the Sushi Bake to you. The Sushi Bake begins with a layer of sushi rice, then followed with your choice of freshly diced salmon, red tuna, or white tuna, mixed with spicy mayo. Then, to top things off, we add fresh avocado, cucumber, sesame seeds, eel sauce, and spicy mayo. The Sushi Bake is then put in the oven and baked, served with nori sheets for you to scoop up all that goodness. Our Filipino special this month is the pork belly curry. We take our classic curry recipe and combine it with our hearty deep-fried pork belly. The pork belly curry is served with potatoes, carrots, and bell peppers. Want to make it spicy? No problem. We can make it hot just for you. See you at Manila Resto soon. Mabuhay!
I gotta remember what these things are. I gotta make some new sound bites for when we have some intros. So it's be like, oh, boom, it's Manila Beat. You know it's Manila Beat. Or boom, you know when it's Oshkosh.
Yeah.
Or we need to have one. You should make some.
I was just going to say, I have a tuba,
Ooh, tuba.
a clarinet.
Yeah.
Something, well, Osh beat. I don't know. Is that a tuba or is
Oshkosh?
that? Yeah.
It could be whatever. There's nothing yet. There's nothing written yet, right? So that'd be fun. We should do that.
Manila Beat, though, I got something groovy for that kind of little disco kind of.
Give us a little beatbox action. There it is. I'm just going to pull it from here. It's time for Manila Beat.
Beat.
Right on. Well, Danny, you have a deep history with growing up in a polka family, right?
I do.
Yeah.
My dad is Tuba Dan.
Yeah.
He plays the tuba, and we had a polka band.
Nice.
When I was a kid. I joined it full-time when I was 9, and I was the drummer.
Okay.
I was a little kid back there. I loved playing drums, and I also loved being in, like, the back row because I was really, really shy.
Sure.
Which a lot of people wouldn't know it now, but yeah, I loved having the cymbals, kind of. I would tilt them so like no one could see, and all of the polka dancers, there's a kid playing drums, so they would all kind of stop. I'm like, oh, just keep going, keep dancing around in a circle.
Go.
Yeah, go. I'm just doing my job here.
Yeah.
Making my $20, drinking my soda.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Yeah. No,
I love the music.
We should get you and your dad on an episode sometime. That'd be fun.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, if like dad's coming, you don't need me because there will be no other space to say anything,
Yeah.
No, dad, he would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Definitely do it. My dad, speaking of polkas, just celebrated 50 years of having his own polka show.
Oh, that's awesome.
On like radio. I mean, he started in Manitowoc, went to Green Bay.
Okay.
To Berlin for a long time, Appleton, and he's been in Ripon for almost like 30 years now.
Great.
On like Ripon radio.
Yeah. Nice. That's
Tuba Dan Polka Show.
Yeah. Nice. What channel is it on?
AM 1600, 93.1 FM, or you can stream it too, of course. But yeah, it's WRPN in Ripon.
Perfect. Now, you guys were born where?
I was born in town here.
Oshkosh.
We had a house in Pickett.
Okay.
So I was basically born and raised in Pickett, went to Ripon schools, and somehow graduated. on time.
There you go.
Got my credits in. And, so I've always been, for almost, except for maybe 3 years of my life, I've lived in either Pickett, Ripon, or Oshkosh. So
Nice.
I like the area.
Yeah, for sure. Area loves you.
Mm-hmm. For sure. It's been good to us.
This was a little bit of a interesting topic to kind of research and dig into. There really isn't much, but according to CCP Encyclopedia of Philippine Art, the polka is considered to be the national dance of Bohemia, better known as Czechoslovakia. And it was among the first dances introduced by the early European immigrants to the Philippines and by Filipinos who had been to Europe.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
So if you think about it back in the day, let's see, it was popularized in the islands not later than 1859. So around that time, polka was all the rage in Europe.
It was.
1840s and stuff. So it was making its way around the globe, really. All across Europe to the America, and the Americas, really, Central America, South America. I think if you really listen closely to some of the music, you'll hear, like, some of the traditional music have a lot of influence from where it all started, you know?
Absolutely.
And I got excited when I was sharing some of this information with you and was listening to some traditional Filipino songs. Like, it's actually called polka this, like polka that. And there's different polkas for different regions of the Philippines. So they had their own, dances that went along with it.
Oh,
So
that's super cool.
But you wouldn't traditionally, like, in the recordings that I listen to, they don't have your traditional, like, polka setup. But you can definitely hear, like, the roots of the music in terms of, time signature.
The beats, yeah.
And the instrumentation, like, vocalization and all that kind of stuff, So it's definitely unique. And I'm like, a light bulb just went off in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is neat.
No wonder why you like the band.
Right?
You're like, it is part of us, really. I mean, and well, in music in general, I don't want to get too far off, but that is the great thing about how all of these things can, like, blend. It's also like cooking too. It's like, I'm going to use this spice from wherever, and a little bit of this, this chicken dish, and bring it all. That's awesome. You can mix and, like, match, and that's what the world and being human is all about, really.
Oh yeah.
But anyways,
Yep.
not to get too deep, because you and I, like, we like to talk about polka. So
Oh yeah.
back on topic.
Yep. So in the Philippines, polkas were usually performed as a ballroom dance during fiestas or grand social affairs. For those of you that are not familiar with, like, the basic dance step of the polka, I'll just read a little bit of what they had from the encyclopedia there. The basic dance step of the polka is executed to a duple meter with a close step pattern following the 1 and 2 rhythm. Maybe Danny and I can demonstrate. No. Other polka steps used in the dance are the heel and toe polka, the hop polka, the gallop, chasing steps, and the hot step. Every locality would have its own version, but the basic steps, the plain polka, and the heel and toe polka were always included. And back to looking at the Filipino, like, music and, like, the dances, like that 1 2 1 1 2 1, like, it's there. And now look, like, having this knowledge in my head, it's kind of like, oh my, wow.
Brings it all together.
Yep.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Fun fact for Wisconsin, it became the state's official dance in 1993, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who was the governor then?
Governor Tommy Thompson.
Yeah. And then you mentioned that you were there?
I was actually there, yeah. Down at the Concord House near Waukesha. There was this polka festival they would always have the weekend after Mother's Day. So it would be huge. I mean, it'd be like campers, like a couple thousand people, really. It was just back in the day, it was just huge, and it would be so many people, hot and sweaty. In polka bands, there would be one band in one big hall, and then the other hall would have another band going. It's just so much fun. But actually, I remember seeing Michelle for one of the first times there too, as like really young kids. But anyways, another memory. But yeah, 1993. I was actually playing with one of the bands. I don't know if it was my dad's band or another band I was helping out, but I remember Tommy Thompson holding up the, certificate and everyone going nuts, yay, it's really, really cool. But some of our like friends, they're not around now, but they were on this polka group called the Wisconsin Polka Boosters.
Okay.
It's a big dance club, and they would send out monthly newsletters, and so everybody knew where like the bands were like playing. It really, really helped. That's way before the internet and all that kind of stuff.
So it was a hard copy.
Oh yeah, it's just and it was thick too. At that time, there was still a lot of bands and a lot of dances going on. Every Sunday, there might be 40 to 70 dances. That's around the whole area. Yeah, around the whole state. So it was busy. But anyways, I do remember being there when Governor Thompson held up the certificate. It was really, really cool.
Nice. Do you have any pictures of that anywhere?
I don't think so. I never took any pictures, but I could probably find some.
Sure.
Like you want me to?
I don't know if it'd be nice to see. Mm-hmm. I mean, times are different. I mean, everyone now has a cell phone where they can snap something, right?
Exactly.
Back then, people had cameras, but you had to get them printed out.
Yeah,
if you lost it, it's gone.
You had to wear it, around your neck. But I'm sure I can find a couple pictures.
Nice, very cool. Let's see, what else is there for Manila Beat? You've been a part of our rec ball team for a number of years now.
Mm-hmm.
We've won 2 league championships, one at South Park and then one at the rec, right?
And except for our first year, I think we've always been really competitive. We've always been in the top 3, probably teams in whatever league we were playing. But yeah, that's a lot of basketball and a lot of sushi since then. Huh?
Yeah, right.
Because we would always come out here. That was the best thing. Playing basketball is definitely fun, but having a good group of like teammates and to hang out and have 1 or 2 beers.
Just 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You got to be responsible.
Yep.
And then on to the next spot.
Yep. Come on, guys, let's go.
Yeah, it's on my way home. And it's not on the way home for me.
Yeah, we'll have 1 or 2 there.
Yeah. So what's your go-to here at Manila?
I love the Gaza.
Gaza roll?
Yeah, it's still my fave.
Mm-hmm.
And the sliders too.
Sliders.
I remember those on Thursday nights when we used to play.
Mm-hmm.
That was on the special. Yeah, those sliders just they slid down right into my belly. Really, really good. I mean, right after playing hoops too, it's perfect. Just a little sandwich. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing those yet? I haven't seen them around too often.
The sliders are available anytime.
Oh.
We have a mix and match lunch combo, so we serve that from 11 to, I think, 4.
Nice.
So you can pick up to 4 different kinds or pick all 4 the same. Mm-hmm. And then Tuesdays is when we have the dollar sliders. That's our special at the bar. But since, COVID times, like, we'll honor the bar discounts at the tables if you guys feel more comfortable being there, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on down. Have some sliders.
Ooh. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Back to our trip to the Philippines. Yeah, we need to get that planned. It'd be fun to get everyone going.
You were saying like January is typically the best time for people like us to like tour. I mean, tourist wise, because it's not too hot, right?
No, I think it's perfect. It's probably like 80s.
That would be perfect because
it's drier.
It's cold here, and it's going to be 80 and sunny there.
Yeah. That was always my favorite time to go. Maybe getting there at the tail end of, the Christmas holidays and stuff, so But yeah, then the city gets a lot quieter, but still, like the city and area is very much like decorated and Christmas stuff because they're still celebrating Christmas all the way through January. You know, it's one of the longest Christmas seasons in the entire world.
Wow.
From September till about, end of January.
And why is that? Is it basically for like tourism?
No.
Why is there, or they just like to keep it going?
Yeah. I mean, Christmas is such a big thing in Christianity.
It is.
Yeah. Catholics in general, But if you look around at the different cities and how they celebrate, like you can understand why they start getting things going in September, like all the light festivals and all the decorations. And yeah, it's great. It's something that I've been blessed to experience by, being able to go with Mom and Papa when I was younger. But it's something that I think if you have the opportunity to go and see, you should go.
Do it.
Yeah. So Christmas, I know Christmas is a little bit of a high season, so tickets are a little bit pricier. But like I said, if we end up going in January,
early January or something,
it's still prices are a little bit cheaper, traffic's a little bit slower, and
perfect.
Yeah, good weather.
Well, that would make sense for us too because you're not as busy here, I would think, right? I mean, you are always busy, but maybe you're a little less busier, and for like the band business, like right after the holidays too, it kind of chills out for a month or like two.
Yeah, for sure.
Up until Mardi Gras, and then we usually get busy.
Yeah,
right around that time.
Yeah,
February. Kinda.
Yep. So if we went, would you guys want to play somewhere, or would you just want to go for fun? There's no wrong answer.
No. Because playing is fun, for like me. But yeah, I'd take a little button box along. I got a little carry-on.
Sure.
Michelle's got her guitar. We could easily carry stuff. And if something pops up, we got you to play some cajon or percussion or whatever you want to bring along. You also have your own button accordion now.
Yeah, I've been dabbling a little bit.
Well,
I need to get some lessons here. So
maybe you and I could do some duets. I mean, what is better than one accordion, two accordions?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just thinking about traveling right now. If we were going to do it soon, but baby will be here, and then traveling will be a little bit different with an infant.
Yeah, yeah, because baby will only be 10 months old by the time. Not even 9 months.
Are we going next January?
Well, yeah, let's go as soon as, or maybe we can wait another year because Michelle and I will be celebrating 25 years next summer.
Okay.
So maybe that would be, because we talked about going on a really, really nice trip, and that would be a really nice trip.
Yeah. So this is kind of putting you on the spot here a little bit, but what would you like to go see there? Like when you go places that you haven't been to before, like what are you looking to experience when you travel?
I like to see what the locals see and do what the locals do. I'm not a big tourist guy. It's like, we got to go see this, It's some of that's fun. I like to get that all done in like one day. And then I like to go on like the back roads, kind of say that I would walk into a somebody's local pub, and it's kind of like everyone stops like, what is that guy doing here?
Yeah.
You are in the right place then.
Yeah.
And then you get talking, and I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. I've only been to Germany once, and a friend of ours, Kaiser, he's been there like 30 times, so he knows all these off, like this is the main drag, and then you turn down this dark alleyway, and there's this bar that no one knows. You walk up, and you got to go up to the like third floor, and it's one of those places where like the record player scratches, everybody turns around and looks like you are in the right place then, and that's what I like to see. And I'm just not talking about bars, but eating places, all that kind of stuff where you get the really cool mom and pop kind of vibe.
Yeah,
and you get that like quality too.
For sure. Yeah, those seem to be like our favorite experiences, like going to travel.
Oh,
or like the unplanned ones.
Yeah.
And I would love to take you to my mom's home province, Bambang city, Bambang in Nueva Vizcaya. We'd shack up at Jami's house. You remember Jami, right?
Your cousin?
Cousin, yeah. Yep. He's got a suite set up overlooking like the hills and stuff of the city and town.
Okay.
And really, it's just you just sit back and relax and have no worries.
Sounds awesome.
So let's look up some flight information right now. And do you ever is your password up to date?
Yep.
That's
we are
also
good to go until 24, I think.
Yeah. Man, hopefully by the end of this summer, things will be looking more like normal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's already feeling, I mean, no one wants to rush, too much, but I think I'm already getting the like kind of vibe that everyone, put one big toe in like the water, and gigs are like starting to roll in. So Michelle's starting to be a little busier. She's fielding calls and emails with booking, so that's good. You know? But I think so too. By maybe midsummer, everyone's going to feel really, really good. About it. So
I think these next couple months are going to be very telling of how it's going to be. So.
Yep.
But I'm feeling good. I think a lot of people are feeling good. So
I hope so.
Let's get back to it, right?
Right.
Well, this was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Do it again.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Michelle would love to come in. My dad, I think everyone would have a fun time. He's got a lot of jokes and
for sure
stories.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah. No, it's always fun, catching up with him whenever I see him. I bump into him here when things are good. But other times I'll see him like performing. Good times as always. So right on.
Hey, speaking of polkas, I believe Oshkosh is going to try to get a beer garden going this like summer through like the parks department.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if everything's finalized. So all of you beer drinking and polka fans, they're going to be trying to do some of that kind of stuff. Music and stuff. I don't know where it's going to be, but I just kind of heard a little rumbling about that. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I did see something also about, I was looking at the flyers for Slow Roll Oshkosh, or I'll have to remember the name, but I'll get the name right on Wednesday for sure when Chris is on. But I think one of the destinations was something along those lines where it was like a beer type of event, so.
Cool.
Well, that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of cool things happening. Right on. Well, thanks.
Thanks, Marlo.
Let's do it again. Be good, and we'll catch you at the next episode. I don't know if this video will get loaded up, but don't forget to change your clock tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, spring ahead.
So we lose an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It's going to be a late night, too,
Right.
But anyways.
Right on. Right. Well, thanks again. We'll catch you guys in the next episode of the Barkada Podcast. Pressed the wrong one. There we go. That in itself.